is Joe, and I just wanted to speak on, I'm super nervous. I just wanted to speak on free speech and why no government, including ours, can legally silence it on a public platform. The First Amendment isn't a weak promise. It declares Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. That binds us, city, state, and federal, without exception. Public platforms from our streets to the digital realm of social media are where people express, debate, and connect. The Supreme Court calls them the modern public square. You can't simply shut that down without tampering the Constitution. The courts have spoken clearly in 1939, Hagee versus CIO, affirmed that public spaces belong to the voices, public spaces belong to us for voicing our thoughts. You can regulate time and place, but not the message itself. Then in 2017, Packingham versus North Carolina ruled that social media is a cornerstone of free expression. The court struck down a restriction saying access is a right. If we tried to mute an online forum here, we'd be breaking the law, plain and simple. In 2024, Moody versus NetChoice and NetChoice versus Paxton challenged state efforts to control platforms. The Supreme Court pushed back, saying government doesn't dictate speech. Imagine us silencing dissent. Imagine us silencing dissent because it's loud or inconvenient. That's not leadership, it's control, and it's unlawful. Free speech isn't just for the polite or popular. In 1971, Culhane versus Cal, that's a popular one, protected a man's rights to wear a jacket with a bold offensive message. It's about the raw, the real, the ideas that challenge us. If we could kill platforms, we'd strangle that freedom. History provides it. History proves it. Suppressed speech and liberty crumbles. Yes, there are limits, violence, threats, but those are narrow. Not a license to censor. Reed versus Town of Gilbert in 2015 demands any restrictions be critical and precise. Blanket shutdowns, they don't hold up. So commissioners, it is illegal because the Constitution requires it, courts enforce it, and Alamogordo needs it. Public platforms are our voice. We can't stifle them without violating the law and the spirit of the community. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry if I went over.
Somebody would like to respond to that?
So when the decision was made to turn off comments, we got information from our lawyers that as a government platform, we can't block anyone, we can't delete comments, but we can treat it as an informative platform as opposed to like a town hall type.
Yes, so there is case law from New Mexico that supports it. And I have to go back, it's been a while since I looked at it, but when we first did the turning off comments, basically the law said that we could turn off comments, but we'd have to do it uniformly, like on all of our pages, and we can use it like as a bulletin, right? So it's just like an online bulletin that our town hall is here, it's in our meetings, right? And that's also why we post it on YouTube and stuff like that. But the New Mexico law has said that we could turn off comments.
Use this information only, okay, and just.
Because we don't monitor it all the time and we can't respond to every comment, that kind of stuff.
And just so we're clear, I did not make that decision. And I get this all the time from people. This was not my decision. I didn't make the decision. I had nothing to do with the decision. I'm thick-skinned. I really don't care what people say about me. I'm not real concerned with what they think about me. And for me, when we had comments and people said ugly things and used foul language, that just showed their character, not mine. So it didn't bother me, but I just want to be clear that I didn't do that. and I had nothing to do with it, but I do have to abide by it. If our legal counsel says we can't have comments, then I have to abide by that. That's all I can do. I don't know how else to respond to that, but it is on all of our platforms, every social media page that we have, comments are shut off, so it is fair and equal across the board.
They're not though.
If somebody wants to ask me a question, my messenger works just fine and I try to keep up with it. On my mayor's page, I will not respond. On my personal page, I do get messages on my personal page, I will not respond. But